today. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh. Oh. Come and say about let each other loose. All right, what is going on with you guys? Welcome back to a new phase of the workout split. Here, we're supposed to do chest pour T-bar row, but I'm in a different gym today, so this is gonna be kind of close to it as possible for a chest pour T-bar row, in a sense. So I've never really used this type of machine before, so I'm kind of interested to see how it is and play around with it and things like that. But nonetheless, we got a chest pour T-bar row, 5x8. Move over to single arm dumbbell row, 2x5, 5x4. The gym only goes up to 100 pounds, so I have to kind of figure out how I want to go about that. And then we got lat pull down. I forget the sets on that one, but we got lat pull down. Then after that, we got a seated cable row, followed by superset seated lateral raises. And then we're going to finish out the workout with the bicep curls, easy bar curl, superset with one arm concentration curl. And that'll be the workout for this, for the day. Of course, we always start with back and biceps. Nothing great way to start. Getting that fucking thickness, getting the overall development, things there. So, especially after a weekend. And as you know, I didn't do a food challenge this weekend because, I was letting my stomach recover in a sense. So, my stomach is feeling a lot better for sure. No doubt about that. This is still a little issue that I'm still trying to figure out things that, but I should be good by next weekend. But I increased my calories though. So I increased my calories to 4,300. So I'm excited to see what that takes. Like I said, this is last month of me really pretty much bulking in a sense, right? So we'll just have to kind of see how we do and things that go in these next 4 weeks, I'm excited to see what this month entails. Especially since it's Lover's Month, That's really good way. I'm going to go up in here. I'll be right back. Oh. But yeah, of course, I was bummed not to do the food challenge because, as y'all know, I look forward to doing those. I just love doing it too. But again, it's like what I said last week. It's like sometimes you just have to know when to listen to your body. You have to know when to really let me just take a break, right? Let me just see what's really going on, what's really causing it, and let me just figure out like what I need to do to get myself to 100%. And that's what I did over the weekend. Like I said, I feel a lot better and things like that. There's still one other thing, but I have to wait until that time to figure out what that one thing is and stuff like that. I'm actually liking this machine. I can really feel it. This type of variation. So I'm liking it. I'm liking it. But, with me taking a break, I was more excited getting into 4,300 guys. Like I said, this is the last month. So I'm trying to take it as next step, I'm trying to take it, see how much, my body can consume amount of calories without really maintaining, without really increasing my weight, right? As you know, I've been 234 since the end of my cut. So it's crazy thing that I've jumped over 1,200 calories in time span since November. And to see I'm still at 234, I kind of I wish I didn't have to go in the cut because I don't think the job's not done yet, to be honest. But again, I still got another 4 weeks, so we'll see how 4,300 calories do. But I'm already looking at it as it's just gonna be disgusting. That's what I'm gonna say. It's just gonna be disgusting because as I'm gonna keep increasing more lean muscle tissue, me staying lean, vascularity is gonna get increased. The growth is gonna increase. The striations are gonna be more deeper as time goes on, right? And especially when we start to get back in the cut. And on top of it all, that's when I do go in the cut, I still be eating around 3,800 calories and stuff like that, right? So it's like when I'm going to cut, it doesn't even feel like I'm going to cut in a sense, right? Because I'm just going to be eating so much more food while I'm still going to be dropping the weight, they said. So, like I said, I'm very excited to see what the future holds, So I can't wait to start cutting down. And I took myself a little break, right? Like I took all of December, right? I took all of January and I'm taking all of February. So I give myself 3 months. So I give myself another 4 or 5 months cut, get leaned up and things like that. And we'll see what happens after that. We got one more set here. Probably don't have to do 2 minutes here. I'll do 90 seconds on the last one. So again, with my rest time, I kind of see where I need to play around, right? Again, we're doing 8 reps. I really don't kind of need to do 2 minutes. I would do more 90 seconds. Just kind of, keep that hypertrophy up. Just keep myself going. Things that, but if I'm focused more kind of strength to build more muscle mass and growth and strength and things there, I'll do 2 minutes to help accommodate that, to help make sure I get enough recovery in between sets to make sure I get the maximum, performance in those sets, right? So, 90 seconds here on the last set. But like I said, the future is weighing what we're looking to be and things that, as y'all know, still chin 234. I've increased a little bit of muscle over time in the course of 3 months. And just to see how the body's been functioning properly and just how my body's been responding in different ways that I just never imagined before and I never seen done before. It's just fucking amazing. And I'm excited to see what happens these next 4 weeks. Like I said, with the new phase, with the increase in calories, 4,300, I'm excited to see what this happens and what this entails. All right, that's enough here. All right, we got single on dumbbell row. I'm still kind of trying to figure out how I kind of want to do this in a sense. Because I just said, like, I'm not going like, like how I normally been before. But like I said, I only got hundreds. So I'll just do hundreds. And what I would do differently is I'll pause it, So I'll squeeze at the top. So I'll squeeze at the top. And I'll do that for the next, 6 sets here. Just again, just what I got right now. Like, with this gym. Like I said, because this gym is pretty much where, we kind of mostly train at sometimes too. It just depends what it has, what it need, like what I can do with it and things like that. So you probably see me in this different setting time to time. So also I'm just kind of playing around, learning what's going to work, what's not going to work. Just kind of go from there and things like that, So, you just do what you got and things like that. Like I said, I made myself the way I am right now these past 5 years based on what I had in the past, and there's nothing gonna be different till, coming in this, make myself what I have in this, environment, things that. So this is all just really comes down to and things that, right? Plus also too, I like to kind of switch up the variation, right? There's so many ways to do dumbbell row. Do regular, neutral. You can kind of go like overhand, top style. You can go to a 3-point where you go from the floor. You can go where you put your one knee on the bench. There's so many different ways to do so. So I'm just kind of doing more of an overhand, but again, just squeezing, change up the variation and things that. It's still the same concept, just tweaking the variation just a little bit. And again, it's a whole point of trying it out, right? Trying to see if it made your physique better. If it didn't, then you just know you just don't do it again. You just stick what was working before and things like that. So it's not like trying something new. It's just tweaking the variation. To kind of give you a little bit more something in the arsenal, right? To the point where it's like, cool, that variation, you start a little more definition or that kind of like brought something else out. Then it's like, cool, you got something more in the arsenal. But if you didn't get much out of it or you didn't see much of a change, then it's like, hey, you tried it and the results didn't turn the way out. That's okay. Maybe just stick back to the variation and things like that. So, there's always different ways to go about it and things like that. Just again, like, don't beat yourself up because like some people can do that variation, you can't. Just, you just find what works best for you in regards, right? And then just keep going from there. Just keep improving, keep progressing. We got 5 more sets here. So there's supposed to be sets of 4 here now too. So kind of same thing. I'll squeeze at the top here. This gym kind of has no AC. So we're going to be sweating a little bit more than normal. And plus, it's crazy. It's February. It's like 70 degrees already. First week of February. But it's kind of what I was saying over there when we're doing the, chest support rows. It's like, since like the 3rd day of the February, right? I should have talked about it on the first day. But it's all right. But it's like, reflect the month, right? Reflect the entire month in January. Reflect on how you did. Were you consistent? Were you on top of your plan? Your program, your workouts, your nutrition? Were you concise and clear on the vision you got going on? If not, even if you were or not, like still do reflection. Do reflection of the month, right? Do something where it's like, cool, what went well for you in that month? What didn't do well? What can you improve on? And what things do you need like still work on, right? And that's saying, like for me, like I know like 4,000 calories, that was just different. Like I wasn't expecting me to still stay at 234 while having that much of calories. Because like I said before, previous years I had 4,000 calories. I was weighing 255. I'm 20 pounds less. I'm still having the same amount that I was doing like even a year ago. All right, we got 3 more sets here. But definitely reflect. Like, Grant, I was never a person to kind of reflect a lot before. I'll do a little bit, but not as much as I've been doing now. And I must say, like, reflection has helped me to where I am today. Reflection has helped me what I need to do to get myself to the next level, right? So, definitely reflect, right? And like I said, like, I was not expecting what 4,000 calories would do, despite me, doing all these food challenges, right? 10,000, the In-N-Out, the Chick-fil-A. Of course, like, we couldn't do it that week, and they said, well, like, my body comes still looking the way it is, and like I'm still growing and stuff like that. So I was like, cool, that went well, right? Me doing these crazy food challenges and me still looking the way that went well, right? What didn't do well for me? Well, let's just take last week, for example, right? The last 2 weeks of January, like when I ate like brown beef that Thursday, that kind of fucked up my stomach, right? And now what I knew I should have done was not done a food challenge that weekend. I should just let my stomach heal, take it easy, gone through the course, right? But, I made a faulty error to do so. And it kind of put me in a position where my stomach didn't fully recover. And I'm in this position right now, just letting my stomach heal and recover and things like that, right? It wasn't because of the food challenge. It was just, again, the combination of overindulgence and just also not being 100%. It's kind of the same thing where, like, you injure yourself and you feel like, all right, you're good. Then you go work out the area and you re-injure that again. It's the same concept and stuff like that. So it's just pretty much what I just did right there. Just more in a nutrition way versus like a workout way, right? So that's a faulty error I made from my journey the last 2 weeks, right? And when you reflect, it's not to beat yourself up. It's not to make you feel guilty. It's not to put you in this position where like you're a loser or you're just not that good. It's not that. It's just for you to learn from your mistakes. And it's just for you to really kind of adapt, take what you can get, apply to that next month or apply to the next journey, right? So that's what just really comes down to it is really learn again, like for myself, right? Like again, like I was excited to do the pizza challenge, but at the same time, like my stomach just wasn't 100%. So I'm not going to take that same course again. There's times it's like, all right, like if you know something ain't right, just take a step back. And that's something I'm going to reflect. I'm reflecting on. So I should have took a step back that next week and stuff like, like trying to, keep the rhythm going, keep the flow going. There's times it's like, all right, like let me just hold off, right? Let me make sure I'm good here first. Once I'm good, then let me get back into what I was doing. And it's kind of the same thing. It's like when you work out, right? You injure yourself, right? Let's say you feel something that's not right. Keep working the area, but don't push yourself, right? If you're going to push yourself the same as you've done before, you're going to you're going to prolong that recovery state, further down the road. And it's going to take you a little bit longer than you need to be, right? And that's what kind of I did was I kind of prolonged the recovery a little bit longer for me what I need to do and things that. And there's nobody to fault but myself. And that's sometimes you got to take your own ownership responsibility. Is you got to you're at your own fault, so take ownership of that. We got one more here. So it's like just learn to take full responsibility of your own actions. Whether you get injured, whether your body doesn't feel 100%, whatever the case is, take full ownership of it and just learn from it. Just learn, like, what can you be better as a person, right? What can you be better in your program? And just go for it, right? Again, even though, like, my stomach is, like, is recovering over the weekend, I know it's, like, me consuming my foods, is not the issue and things. So it's, like, cool, I can increase the amount of caloric consumption because I know, like, the foods is, like, responding well to my body while I'm having. So I know it's, like, I can keep doing that. As opposed, if I were to do the food challenge or what, kind of go off my plan and have something else, I probably, again, would prolong it. And I probably would put more in a position to make it worse to make it feel better. You hear? So it's just like, you just got to understand what's really happening, what's really going on, and what you need to do to exceed yourself to the next level and things like that. That's enough here. Oh shit! I forgot that's a little higher than normal. I was just fucking ripped those last out of my socket here. Oh, that's hilarious. Also too, we got a lot of pull downs 4x12. As you know, last week we kind of went more closer, right? We kind of focused more closer grip. This time we're going back to regular. So again, kind of just tweaking just a little bit, a little bit different, but still get the same concept. So we'll start targeting lats. We're still getting the most out of it. That's how we're just doing things there. So again, this week a little bit different. We're just going back to normal grip versus last phase. We're a little bit more closer. And so like when you're reflecting too, you don't have to take it every single day of the month. Just take a week or just take what you feel like holds you back or what sets you back and things that I just kind of like learn from take as like cool. Like if you know you weren't hitting your protein, man, this whole entire month is just hit your protein. Or like if you know you weren't consistent hitting the workouts, right? 3 days a week. Cool. The goal is make sure you hit the entire month 3 times a week for workouts. So just kind of reflect on things that you need to do to improve, right? And it just kind of goes on like the 6 principles, like what you need to do. Like reflect on the 6 principles, reflect on what went well, what didn't, what you need to improve on, and just go from there. You don't need have an extraordinary list to do. Pick 1 or 2 you want to improve or work on, and stick with that. Oh, it's getting toasty in here now. Ooh, it's getting sticky. So I'll give you an example. For me, I know it's like, all right, let's just not be a dumbass. Let's just not do a food challenge when we know we're not 100%. You know, I have massive scale, but really listen to my body. I just, thought I could get away with it. But it's like, I'm paying the price. That's all it is, right? But it's like, for me, what I need to do in February, right? Kind of reflecting, everything kind of went well. I definitely, there's probably half of the month where I didn't get 10,000 steps. And my goal, especially increasing caloric intake to 4,300, as I'm trying to get around close to 12,000. So I know for myself, if I wasn't consistent hitting 10,000 steps, I know that I need to improve and work on getting 12,000 steps. So that's kind of like my goal for February is getting 12,000 steps with the increased calories, right? On top of it is I just keep doing the same thing. You know, everything's pretty much on par, right? I increase my calories. I'll stick to my diet. I'll stick to my nutrition. I'm sticking to my workouts, right? New phase. So that creates the assignment as well. And at the same time, make sure I'm drinking enough water. Make sure I'm getting enough sleep. Make sure my stress is as low as it needs to be. Make sure, you know, I'm not fucking around with my food too, right? I'm not eating, you know, past due ground beef and shit like that, right? That's all it is for me for February. So once I keep doing the same thing, just learn what I put myself back on. And so I just don't do that again. Well, that's a fuck. Especially too, like, you know, if you're trying to get on board, let's get on board. Like, I'm about to start cutting in March, you know? So if you want to partake in the journey or if you want to start this cut at the same time frame as mine, hop on board. And so how do you need to get yourself ready? Well, first, you need to start tracking, right? You don't know, if you haven't been tracking, you don't know what you need to do when it comes to March or how to get yourself ready for, you know, summertime, spring, summer, you know, beach, all that good jazz, right? So start tracking. Figure out how many calories you need. Figure out where your protein level is. Once you start doing that for week's worth, figure out how much protein you need to equivalent to hit your lean body target, right? Again, aim at least 1 gram per pound of body weight to do so for protein. Calories, you know, pretty much the app will do it for you to figure out how much calories you need. Start with that. Make sure you're hitting that consistently. Still have fun. Enjoy the night out if you want to. Make sure you implement it. Make sure you log that in. Don't just say like, oh yeah, I had like X, Y, and Z. Like really log this shit down. If you're trying to take it to the next level, right? Do that. Get consistent with your workouts. Oh shit. That's enough here. And honestly, that did not work as planned. I actually had to go back a little bit further just because of the footrest here wasn't allowing me to get all the way because I was hitting this. I gotta scoop myself back next time. So let's do with the gym, doesn't have the actual CK, bro, but it still gets the job done. I'm doing off the floor. Again, you just find a way to do so. And so, you find a way to improvise. You find a way to really, make it happen, they say. So, this works great. I felt in my back. As you know, as I kind of like spread my feet out just a little bit, so my knees weren't in my way. And it was good. No complaints on it. But going back to what I was saying, with workout, right? This next month, get consistent. Figure out how many days you want to go. 3, 5, 4, 2, whatever the fuck it is. Get consistent. Set those dates. Set a time block. Say like, cool, I'm going to the gym on Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 4 p.m. Make that a ritual. Make that a habit. Make that a routine for you. Then make sure, you get your 10K steps in. However you do it. Again, if you're a person that's just like, 2,000, again, 10K may seem so far away. But start increasing it by 500 a week, right? A day. However committed you are, however fast paced you want to go. I guarantee you're going to start noticing change. When you start increasing that step count by 500, you're going to start realizing, like, damn, like, you're going to start eating more, and like, damn, like, you're going to start noticing changes in your body. On top of it, make sure you get hydration. Make sure you get half your body weight in ounces of water to do so. And on top of that, not just water, making sure you get enough electrolytes inside your body. So, magnesium, right? Potassium, all those things like that. Make sure you get enough electrolytes to acquire the hydration. I really don't need these anymore. One more set here. So making sure you get hydration now. Lastly, making sure you're getting sleep. Find a way to go to bed at a certain time. Wake up at a certain time. Getting those 7 to 8 hours of sleep. Making sure you find a way to reduce your stress, right? Find a way to cope with the music, books, peace and quiet, whatever the case is. Find peace in that. And, just get yourself ready, rock and roll. So, again, if you want to hop on a journey, if you want to cut with me, you got to at least get a foundation within those 4 weeks to get yourself ready, rock and roll. And, that's when we're like, like I said, sometime people ain't going to recognize you. Like, keep that shit quiet too. Don't let people know that you're about to change. You don't let people know like you're about to make this crazy, transformation. Keep it to yourself. Just keep your head down, lock in, stay quiet, do what you need to do and things that. Because again, I guarantee you got those friends, you got those people that are going to try tell you like, oh, why are you doing it, or you're not having fun, or X, Y, and Z. You know, fuck that shit, dude. Just fuck that shit, kid. You know what you need to do. You know what's going to be best for you. Don't let other people's opinions who are not in the same position as you health-wise, or are where they're at, or where you're trying to go. Don't listen to them. You know what you need to do. You just got to overcome that. But there's enough superset back. Let's finish off with superset biceps here. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. All right. Again, we don't have any ease bars, so we're doing straight bar curls, 3 sets of 12. Superset with 1 arm concentration curls, 3 sets of 15 here, and that's it for your biceps right here. So I'll be a wrap. But like I said, like if you're trying to kickstart March, you know, get yourself ready to cut, get yourself ready to lose those 30 to 50 pounds or however much you need. Start now. Don't wait. Start now. You know, here. Well, not a better way. You guys always love it. You guys always tell yourself starting on Mondays. Just fucking start now. It's a fucking Monday. Start this shit right now. No more excuses. No more like, oh, well, you know, because I got X, Y, and Z problems or I got X, and Y, and Z excuses. Man, fuck all that. Like, you already been dealing with that for so long. Just start. It doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be such a massive improvement. Like, again, you're just trying to build a habit. You try and build a part where, like, you get the momentum, you know, and you try to stack small wins. Those small wins is going to carry over to success that you're looking for. But all it starts with starting now. All it starts with winning that small thing. And what that case is, right? Maybe add an extra one more meal to your day. Maybe that's saying, getting a little bit more protein you had done before. Maybe that's, getting like consistent with your workout for that week. Whatever the case is, find that small win. Create daily wins for yourself so you can keep that momentum going. So no matter what happens in your point and journey, wins are going to overcarry those losses. Yo. All right, let's sit right here. And that's a wrap. But yeah, the way you start, reflect on the month of January. Reflect. Reflection is going to be the key to exceeding and excelling in your fitness journey. It's going to be key to acquire that dream outcome. It's going to be key to becoming a better version of yourself. Whether that looks like working out, nutrition, accountability, however that looks like. Do those things, reflect. Again, those reflections are going to help what determine to, get to where you want to be and things like that. Do a reflection. Each month, do the reflection. Figure out what you need to do. After each week, after each day, do the reflection. Reflection is going to be the key and the determination to if you want to stay the same or you want to get to the next level. And it might be hard first. You might not know what really caused it. You might not really feel that feeling and things like that. It'll take some time, but once you get used to the reflection and things like that, man, it's going to be game over for you. And the way you can start, for you to start doing this shit right now, I was going to start buying the 6 principles, and I'll link the video I talked about the 6 principles down in the description for y'all to have a better understanding or recap and things like that. But like I said, do those things, learn, grow, adapt, take action, and just repeat over and over again. I guarantee you, by the time you get ready for your cut, you're going to be a whole different person, they say. So other than that, that's the back and buy workout today. I'm just going to finish up the superset. Other than that, we got legs tomorrow. Again, this is a great phase. Oh, we got a good mass pump already. So I'm looking forward to legs. Other than that, I'm going to finish this out. You guys have a blessed day. And I'll catch you tomorrow.